The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
It's 8:11. It's the WSJM Morning Show. Good morning on this Tuesday, 18th day of February. I'm Ken Lundberg, and in the studio, I'm blessed to have a couple of folks in here. We're first going to hear from Zach. Blessed, wow. Right? I just feel so fortunate. I feel so fortunate. Zach East is here from United Way of Southwest Michigan. Good morning, Zach. How are you, sir?
I'm good, buddy. Nice to see you.
Good to see you. Give us an update. What's happening at United Way of Southwest Michigan?
So there's plenty going on. There are a lot of programs that United Way of Southwest Michigan actually funds directly. You and I have talked about that a time or two, but just to give people a reminder, the 211 service, which we talked about last week, is a big part of that. We also fund our Volunteer United program, which is a pretty big, organizational setup that allows volunteers to get connected with opportunities. And that's a pretty huge system that we work with along with our staff there that basically helps, again, people get connected with volunteer opportunities in Southwest Michigan, but also stages larger projects like Rake a Difference, which we do later on in the year. In addition to that, we also have Dolly Parton's Imagination Library and the VITA Income Tax Assistance Program, which is in full swing right now.
Full swing right now because it's tax season.
Exactly. So those are the four funded programs that United Way of Southwest Michigan works with, in addition to the events that we do, like our celebration that we're going to be having here that we usually do annually in April. That'll celebrate our impact and our people and talk a lot about what's occurred in the last year and all sorts of things there. In addition to the other events, like I mentioned, Rock the Boat, which has just come back last year to a massive success. We'll be doing that again this year. Rake a Difference, as we mentioned, and then School Supply Spectacular, which is in Cass County and gives out 850 sets of school supplies to kids in Cass County. So
you're keeping busy.
Yeah, the reason those are really the bits and pieces of what make up just what United Way does, and then of course there's the funded impact partners that we work with, the 49 of them across 70 plus different programs throughout Southwest Michigan. So there is a lot of stuff that United Way does each day. But in order to make sure that those really 8 things that I just mentioned that United Way sort of owns, if you will, are well supported, so that we can do fun events, so that we can continue to keep funding things like 211, we need underwriting support for those things.
Okay.
So I, as your PBS representative, of coming to you to you've probably heard of the term underwriting before, or really it's basically sponsoring the opportunity to make sure that these programs that we have and these fun events get the chance to live on and keep growing. So for best example is Rock the Boat started as a great idea that Whirlpool Corporation had as part of their campaign. That grew into something so big that they actually had us start working on running that event because of how big it gets.
Wow.
So usually at least 1,000 plus people that show up to that event. And we're poised to probably have 30 to 35 boats participate this year. Cardboard boats for those who've never been.
I love it.
It is one of our favorite things to do each year, especially as we work to see who can actually make it across the channel in a cardboard boat.
I love the vision of the cardboard boat event, especially right now when you have pancakes of ice floating in that area. What a difference 6 months will make.
Well, I'd like people to actually sign up for the event, Ken. I want them to participate.
Be warmer. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's why we do it in July. It's always a good hope that the weather is going to hold out. But July is a pretty good bet. So anyway, there's actually a spot on our website at uwsm.org, and it's underneath the menu called Get Involved. There's a lot of information on the Get Involved menu that kind of helps folks get connected to the work that gets done in Southwest Michigan, whether that's running a workplace campaign, which you can do. We have just hundreds of workplace campaigns throughout the 3-county area, including St. Joe schools. And there are tons of different opportunities to get actually involved, like we've talked about in the past, like being a board member or campaign committee member, or those sorts of things. But underneath that menu is also the sponsorships and underwriting information. So in there is a button that you can actually actually click on, and we've got an annual plan that will help you if you are a business. Maybe you're an individual that has your own grant funding process because you've got your own little foundation of sorts. That we would love to have those kinds of conversations as well. There is an annual plan that's on that page that will actually get you the ability to sponsor all 8 of those major pieces of United Way's work. And we've already got some great sponsors that have joined us this year, including our friends at Michigan Works and Silver Beach Pizza and Gas Manufacturing, among others, who have jumped on board for a lot of this stuff. And because it's United Way, we take a look at the data and figure out where that money is needed most. So a lot of our folks have said, well, instead of just sponsoring one event or one program, I'm going to give you this money and you guys put it where it needs to be put the most. Right. And that's pretty much what we're experts at doing. At least we think so. Yeah, after all these years.
And you kind of read my mind. You started giving examples of people who are already involved in underwriting, and we thank them for that. What can people do if they think, hey, maybe my corporation, maybe my organization can support United Way in this bigger fashion?
Well, the best thing that we always invite people to do is just let's start a conversation. Let's see what it is that you have as a need to fulfill in the community that you want to connect your company or your employees to, or both, because there are plenty of different opportunities that exist, and not everything has to. This is probably going to get lambasted for saying this, but not everything has to involve money.
Okay,
we have plenty of opportunities where there are great businesses and organizations in Southwest Michigan who simply do things like the brunt of the volunteer work that gets done in the community. They may not have a large corporate donation, bank account to send to a bunch of different area nonprofits, and that's okay. Instead, their employees are super dedicated to maybe being a part of our events like Rake a Difference or the School Supply Spectacular, or they're jumping after individual opportunities to volunteer at small places or other funded partners of ours like the Salvation Army.
Yeah.
So there's lots of opportunities, and really it just starts with a conversation. What is the goal that your organization has in order to connect either your employees, your business or organization with opportunities in the community, and what is it that you would like to get back out of that? Because in pretty much 99% of the cases, it is simply that folks want to do good in our communities.
Yeah, for more information, you can check out uwsm.org. Zach East is the Director of Sustainability over there. Thank you for coming in. Anything else we need to know? uwsm.org?
There is also an opportunity, too, if you just want to have a conversation, if you just do email sponsorships at uwsm.org.
Okay.
That'll get to me and Sharon Pulfus, who works a great deal with a lot of our local companies as well. And we'd be happy to have a conversation about, again, pretty much anything. So
I love that. So just go to uwsm.org, go hover over Get Involved, and underneath there is sponsorships. And that'll get you to the right place.
Ken, can I interest you in a sponsorship?
Well, I'm already sponsoring this dog over here. Grace has been, Zach brought Grace in to the studio this morning. Thank you for doing that, by the way.
Yeah, well, she goes everywhere. She's actually the office dog at that building.